Hey guys, welcome back to Studio 44. Phil Sherman here for the first time in, it seems like a while, since we've done a Stadium Extravaganza video. A lot going on, as always, but I did notice I'm a little bit further behind than I generally care to be, so I forced myself to get on here. Lined up about 22 stadiums for you guys to check out by our usual cast of characters, and of course some fresh new faces here at the channel. So we're excited to do that. I was also excited for Sewell's visit last week. Oh my God, had so much fun. I hope he had as much fun as I did, and I hope you guys had as much fun watching that stream that we put on as much as we did making it. The surprise didn't go as well as I thought it would, but it was still fun, you know? The stadiums were all fantastic. Thank you again to everybody who stepped up and created a stadium in like a week or two to kind of fulfill that challenge for us. We had to think of something to do a stream together, and we thought, hey, why don't we turn the tables? You know, we'll try to fool you. I wish I would have made one myself, but ugh. Anyway, you guys always come through for us, so I appreciate that big time. I know my channel wouldn't be anything without your guys' stadium, so again, thank you so much for that. I'm sure I'll talk in and out about his trip over, you know, throughout the video, but we got to get to the stadium, so let's get to it. We are starting things off today in Somewhere, Canada. Max altitude, built in 2012. Comes to us from one of those gentlemen who was kind enough to make a stadium for that Fool Sewell video. Dadbod, or Spanky McSlappy24, one of my favorite creators of the game, said in the notes that this is just back to the normal type stadium for me. He says he loves the flow of this one. Let's take a peek. Right field. I like using the old school building under there to get some light. Fantastic. And then you got a second deck that is probably reachable. How deep are we here? 330 something. Yeah, it overhangs pretty good, so I'm guessing you can get up there with a poke. You got Buddy M's on top. People are chilling out up there. Nachos and hot dogs and a luxury seating section. Man, if you could get a line shot in there, wouldn't that be cool? You need a lefty, Giancarlo Stanton, although I think maybe Giancarlo could go oppo right field into there. Center field, a fantastic concourse with some retired numbers, 42, 11, 24. Is this Junior and Edgar again? And then Jackie. I love the steps. Did you guys see the stairs? I hope you guys got the joke with that. On the YouTube channel in my post, we went to, actually it was an ice cream place, but the steps were in front of a Starbucks. You guys have Yo Lickities? It's like yogurt, and you can like, it's got like a Sunday buffet, and you can like make all your stuff. But we stopped there, and I noticed that the railing stuck out way further than it needed to because the stairs stopped. And it looks like, you know, like what we have with these things. We had this big wall down on the ground that was like way past the stairs. I'll put the picture back up in post. But I was like, that looked like a stadium creator prop without a good railing on it. So I thought that was pretty funny, and I hope you guys got that joke. But there's an explanation for it if you didn't. Matching up the tables in here without here, these standing tables. Is that what these are, or is it just an umbrella? I'm just going in and out. That's what she said. Oh, my dear Lord. Man. Oh, a lot going on here outside with this concourse here. The trees and the statues and these little, like, planter things. Fantastic. Benches in front of them. Everybody's lined up to watch the game from that concourse. You got the steakhouse up here. Hall of Fame circle in the front. So good. Nice little corner back here with the double-layered stairs. But see, look how... See, the railing on the Starbucks place was like right here, but the wall was like oversized. And my wife's up there, so you can kind of get a picture of like proportionalized to the, I don't know. But there's DB, Dad Bod. Fantastic. Pretty standard around and behind with the old school roof. Lights pretty much surrounding the entire field. Excellent. Little city in the background for some scenery. Excellent. Right off the bat, first stadium in, we are punching ourselves a stamp. Expect nothing less from Dad Bod these days. All of his stuff is amazing. I think we have one, maybe two left in the queue from you. So if you like his work, be back for the next video. From Canada, we head down south to Phoenix, Arizona, where we have Phoenix Snake Pit in the Valley of the Sun, Arizona. Altitude is 1,086 feet, built in 2025. Comes to us from our good buddy Sith Lord Slither. He says it's a new stadium for his fictional team, the Arizona Rattlers. It's a fictional stadium with kind of a fictional Arizona type feel. He went with a lot of brick. He said he's remixing a dome, has fake concessions with some real ones mixed in, and he wanted to challenge himself with building stands that wrap around without overlapping because he says it affects budgeting and franchise. I don't know. I never get into the budgeting stuff. But yeah, you can see how he went all the way around, and he's got some built-in railings here. Cool. With the brick. 2 decks. Don't think you're reaching that deck no matter how deep this is. Is it even possible in a game to hit one past this top section? I don't think so. Kept the concession stands consistent with the brick look all the way around. Fantastic. Luxury on top. There's Phoenix. So only a 2-decker. Again, 39,000. That's still a lot for only 2 decks. And that's what stadiums are trending these days now, I think. Or are going to start to anyway. How many does the Athletics one in Vegas? Ooh, I like the concrete. Couldn't spit it out. The concrete concourse in the middle here of this roof. Fantastic. Yeah, I think in Arizona you want a dome in the summer. In the area behind the batter's eye, we have another brick concourse. There's that brick blocking off the fountains. Cool look. On top of that is another fantastic concourse. Buddy M's, fountains, umbrella seating, all that stuff. Whoa, look at all this. Oh, it's a steak, right? Fantastic. Arizona Rattlers. That's a cool scoreboard function right there with the out of town and then this guy and then the strike zone, the strikeout meter. Fantastic. Laser ribbon below that. Excellent. And then that is surrounding again the brick concourse, the brick concessions. Yeah, and then there's some buildings out here in the Red Rock. Excellent. Turning on them lights. I'm noticing the area down here too. Oh, there's some steps that'll take you up and or down. Pool area. People are wading in there. Wading. Using the brick home run fence. You don't see that a lot. I think it's because a lot of the ivy, a lot of people think brick, you got to do the ivy like they do in Wrigley. But the ivy looks terrible in this game. If you could do the bushes like a lot of people do or trees, it would look better. Or even use that grass concourse. That looks good too. But yeah, there's the In-N-Out Burger and the Just for Kids. All that stuff going on underneath. Nice work. Sith Lord Slither. Yeah, I'm digging it, man. There's your stamp, sir. Thanks for sending it my way. All right. Please don't think I'm blaming the creator when I go on these rants. But I had to dig through 18 pages in the vault to find No Love 215971's version of the stadium. It is uploaded by like 4 or 5 different guys, some like 8 times. Why do they need to upload it 8 times? I had to search through 19 pages to find his version because I don't want to show one of the other person's versions because I get to change it and then you don't have No Love's first vision. SDS, give us the option to search by stadium name and creator. Please. Beachside Towers, 305, Miami, Florida. Max altitude built in 2025. Again, built by No Love, 215971. He just said in the comments he just wanted to incorporate the club into a park, and what's better than a ballpark in the beach with a club. Taking a look at right field, you have standing room, not standing room, you have field level seating that has the funky tower, and people are on the balconies of that tower. Fun. Old school scoreboard, the top of a building to get a couple different signs mixed in. Great idea there. Nice deck with some picnic tables out here. People are chilling out there. Flags surrounding the batter's eye. Clocks surrounding the batter's eye. And then you have more tables on top of this deck out here. Little beach area with some tiki-style concessions that wrap all the way around and close off the stadium. Fantastic. Oh, I didn't even notice you had this tower in there. Fantastic. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. And then you have more of the same on the other side. That's why it's Beachside Towers, I'm guessing. Then you got like the little strip here. Very nice. Pretty standard around and behind. Did use the futuristic seating. Fantastic. Back it up and we'll flip that light switch. Yeah, that roof drives me crazy, how it makes the stadium look not very well lit. But it looks great when you're down this low. Nice work. I never realized the roof lit up from underneath, too. That's cool. Yeah, I like that tower thing a lot. That's a cool idea. No love. Nice work. We have another stadium from our good buddy Obituary Turtle, or Mark Stevens. Terrapin Stadium in Further, California. Altitude is 420 feet, built in 2025. He says there's cool accent lights on top of the scoreboard in center field. And the center field concession stand's pretty fancy at night. Once again, 100% memory used on the inside of the stadium. Nothing left for outside. Says he loves the geometry of this park. He's been playing with the angled pieces a lot, and he loves how the stadium cascades down from the corners to center field. I like the stadium a lot. She's a beaut, Clock. She's a beaut. Who is this? The Sluggish Moth? Who was putting stuff, or someone else? Maybe it was Great Scott? I don't know. Putting all the cool references in. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, having it slowly dip down. And this is a trade year. Sewell nailed it in Fool Sewell with the stadium that you put in there. I like the rounded deck with the Hall of Fame circle. Fantastic. And then you got the ball in the middle. Great work. Entry gate over here. The wood deck around the fountains. Fantastic. That great concourse in center field with the accent lights. Okay. The accent lights again. On top of the scoreboard in the center field wall. I'm not seeing any. I'll turn the lights on in a second and check that out. But left field, more of the same with it gradually coming down. And then you got the little grass patches between these concession stands and the bleacher sections that come down. That's a great look right there. Excellent. So that's kind of cool that this top part is above the concourse. So you'd have to kind of come down and then go up and then around here. Same thing with over here. I like that a lot. Nice work. Obituary Turtle, another excellent seating section with the 2 layers, or with kind of 3 of the luxury seating. That's awesome. This freaking guy. I hate you, dude. Amazing little curved deck in here. What an outstanding corner. Look at all this in here. Marvelous. Blammo. More of the same over here. That all looks so good. Is this coming up too loud? No, it shouldn't. I feel the rumbling, moving from piece to piece. And it makes me feel like there's going to be a lot of but that shouldn't be the case. All right, let's see. Okay, there's the accent lights. All right. Yeah. Fantastic. He used the letters. I actually I did something like this on one of the versions of the ballpark casino. You can make it go all the way around. Was it the ballpark or was it something else? I don't know, but that's really cool. It does look great. Terrapin Station. Oh, I thought it was Terrapin Stadium. Oh, yeah. It came up. Maybe I typed in station and I didn't know. All right. Well, let's hit them lights again. Another fabulous stadium from our good buddy Mark. It's simply amazing. I mean, what else can you say about this dude? That looks great under there. Oh, man, this guy's so good. That's a really great look right there. Blocking the... And then putting the... I hate you, dude. Lululemon Park in Vancouver is up next. Has an altitude of 290 feet. Built in 2025. It was built by our good buddy Flip of Plan B 211. No notes, so we're just going to dig right in. Starting out in right field. Field level seat faced off by the brick. Nice look. Field level seating all the way around with a brick concourse. Excellent scoreboard, concession, team store area right there. I like this section as well. A couple big scoreboards with luxury seats surrounding the scoreboards. Two-decker. Oh, that looks amazing right there. Fantastic. Using this guy to kind of circle around. Nice work, bro. Very symmetrical. Big waterfall in the background with a winding river. Excellent. And where we have a river, ladies and gentlemen, we have canoes. We have our canoes. Looks like they've been abandoned on the side of the riverbank here. Oh, there's a third one over here. 3 and 4. Got to get our canoes in. Nice little mountains or hills, and that's a great waterfall with the rocks peeking through and a bunch of trees and such. And, yep, I'm guessing correctly in that he has an amazing setup for the facing of the stadium. His specialty. So good. Beautiful flip of Plan B. Stadium looks great at night. I like how you can kind of maybe duck in here into the grass and then go up the stairs and check all this out. Or do you get in from here and go down the stairs and get in from over here? I don't know. Either way, it looks great. So many cool things about this park, but at the same time, not much to say about it because it's symmetrical and it's just good. Flip of Plan B. Boom, sir. That could be a thumbnail right there. Nice work, sir. I love it. Heading to Reno, Nevada. Interesting. We don't see many stadiums in Reno, do we? It's mostly Las Vegas. Bars and Restaurant Stadium. 4,500 feet is your altitude. Built in 2025 by our good buddy and fellow streamer, Schmitty VG. Make sure you go check him out right here on YouTube. Often builds these stadiums right in front of your eyes. He did say in the notes that he wanted to concentrate on more targets closer to the home run fence, having those layers. And man, was he successful, and man, did it look great. Schmitty. You got the lower bleachers and then the more comfortable seats up. And then there's a nice big stair section here to bring you up to the restaurants and this guy. And, now what is this? Oh, it's the scoreboard, right? Yeah, okay. All right, just kind of like a facade. I dig it, man. And then on the other side, he's got the hangar with more facade and more Bleacher seating on top of the restaurant, and you got this little bar in here. That's great. Schmitty. Boom. This might be my favorite of yours so far, Schmitty. This is more my style. Although, like that Texas one, or not Texas, the Wild West one, it still had a lot of layers and different targets. But this one is very realistic, very layered like you were aiming for. Everything's closer in so you could reach those targets. Lots of fun. Everything's blended in and clean and dialed it up around and behind like you normally do too. Such a unique style. And you went out of your comfort zone for this. You got to commend that. Outstanding. That looks gorgeous. Lights are on. You have your stamp. It's all good. Now, how did you do the... Oh, it's just concourse pieces. Okay. Yeah. I love this. And you got seats outside, too, right along the fence. That's great. And the canoes are represented. Can you reach those canoes? That's got to be a poke. I'm doubting. Yeah, 405 right there. You ain't reaching that canoe. Outstanding. Schmitty. This one's up there, man. Fantastique. That could be a thumbnail. Heading off to Chicago, where we have Shaw Warehouse Park. Altitude is 100 feet. It was built in 1935 from our good buddy Summer Sumo. Fairly new to the channel, but he's got a bunch of stadiums in with us. Says this is a fictional older stadium in Chicago with some modern features like the suites in left center and the Jumbotron. All right, well, let's take a peek. There we go. We were just talking about this. The brick with the ivy. Are there two? Yeah, I guess there's two different kinds, right? Those look different, right? Now what the... Oh, it's people. See? SDS. You can't get a piece of concourse too close to the field, but people leaking through the home run fence is okay. Look at this. Can't get him anywhere near that little nutch. But these frickin' bozos are leaking through the home run fence. I just don't get it. I don't... I like this little roof over here, the old school roof. I saw this one recently on a stadium in the vault, and I love the roof low. I got to incorporate that into a stadium soon here. I got to build another one. This is a great facing off, by the way, outside the stadium, given the stadium that dug-in look. Outstanding. You got the street and parking lot back here. Outstanding. There's the scoreboard. I like how it's kind of angled, too. Is this the luxury seat you're talking about? That's awesome. Yeah. Covered from the elements. Looks great. Beautiful little old school ballpark. Bleachers all the way around and behind. Yep. That's great. Summer Sumo, I'm on board. I like the funky dimensions, kind of a Wrigley feel, right? Don't they kind of jolt back down by the lines? Turning the lights on. All looks good. And there's the Wrigley scoreboard right there above the batter's eye. Yeah, definitely some things I dig about this. Let's stamp it up. I think it's the exact feel that you were going for. Nice work. Family Fellowship Stadium in Universal City, Texas is up next. 1,792 feet is your altitude, built in 2025 by good friend of the channel, Texas Ags. Also gave us a stadium for Full Sewell. I haven't talked about everybody who did, but thank you to everybody. Texas Ags definitely did. Family Fellowship, I like that a lot. That looks cool with the gray background. Giant bleacher section back there. So cool. Flags lining the back there. Old school light. Now, this gives me a Pittsburgh vibe right here, although I don't think they have the big mountains, but I do seem to remember, like, this building kind of built into the, like, the riverbank, and it's pretty steep. And then across the parking lot here is some more city. The futuristic building back here, cool. Kind of a custom concourse surrounding the batter's eye. Bleachers again above that. Using the, I clicked on the wrong thing, Aqua Park here for kind of a roof over that center field area. I've said it a million times. Just give us something similar that we could line up like right here. You know, just cut out the Aqua Theater part, give us the roof part, and boom, you have what looks like a retractable roof. Nice job on the entry, as we often get from Texas Eggs. Very unique idea. Cool mix of old school and modern stuff in here. Very, again, outside of Texas Eggs' normal kind of look, and it's fantastic. The bleachers are so clean and rounded off so nicely around these corners. That looks so good. And I like how you go underneath, and there's the, yeah, old school feel. Again, a smaller park with only bleachers. So good, dude. Mountains surrounding the whole thing. Let's see if he said anything in notes. Just another build-as-you-go random stadium. All right. Now, I know you say build as you go, but do you have some kind of thought when you're starting off? I like the unique dimensions, too. Do you have like a certain feel maybe that you're going for, or do you just start someplace and just keep going? Because like with Canoes Park, I knew I just wanted water where you could have canoes, and then I went from there. You know, so it was kind of build as you go, but I don't know. I got. You need to call in sometime so we can chat. I want to get inside of that noggin of yours. Texas Eggs. Did I stamp it? Let's do it again. Make sure. Nice work, sir. Thank you. Anaheim Park in Los Angeles, California is up next. Stadium has an altitude of 165 feet. It'll be ready for us in 2027. And the person who created the stadium is our good friend Sluggish Moth 953, or you may recognize him as Big Mac in the chats for the live streams and the premieres. This is a funky, cool little entrance to the seats and host of the scoreboard. I like it. Just slide right through here, and then there's this big concourse out here. Oh, the Angels. Okay, fun. Put the Hall of Fame side in there, and you got Vladdy in there. Oh, look at this. Water. Multi-leveled water structure out here in center field, using the rocks, keeping that idea incorporated into this new version of a stadium in Anaheim. I like the Anaheim Park bent. That's super fun. Look at all this funkiness going on up here. Yeah, never standing around and behind from Sluggish Moth. Fantastic. Everything nice and tight and compact and clean, as always, with Sluggish Moth. Outside of the stadium also screams of Sluggish Moth with the covering the roofs with the concourse. Excellent. Pretty standard around the home run fences with multi-levels, but he kind of created a custom window section that looks great. Great staircase to take you down and take a look at the rock structure and the waterfall and get you down to this deck. Amazing. Executed the stairs perfectly over here using the end cap as a railing. Oh, and we have a hidden canoe. We have a hidden canoe. I like the clubhouse section up here too, kind of hidden in the rocks. That's fun. Oh, and it's connected. Fantastic. Yep, connected to this little, what is this? Outlet mall. Okay. Sluggish Moth. It's very simple compared to a lot of your stadiums, but a lot of hidden fun in here. Fantastic. Yeah, I always see, out exterior shots of Anaheim Park and the Big A, whatever it's called, and it's surrounded by parking lot, right? So, Sluggish Moth, thanks, man. Very, very, very good stadium, as always, from you, sir. All right, it worked. We were able to get a hold of our 74 BMC Poke. He uploaded Bricktown Yards for us. It's a fictional city, USA. 2,300 feet is your altitude, and it was created in 2025. Says in the notes, haven't sent a stadium in over a year. He thinks this one is pretty interesting. Tried to make it look like it was built below street level in a Bricktown neighborhood of a city. Well, let's take a peek. Right field. I like using the stacked stone and all the stairs with the multiple levels of concourse with kiosks and umbrella seating and trees and a nice Bricktown Yards scoreboard over here. Outstanding. You got 44. Is it Grill 44 tier? I love that. Built right into the stacked stone. Fantastic. Bleacher section. Very Sluggish Moth. Building it right in using the concourse pieces. Looks much better. Blocking that wood, hiding that wood. That is fantastic. If you have the memory for it, that's a great way to doll that up. We got the Zanzibar rooftop. Outstanding, dude. I'm glad we got a hold of you so we can get a look at this thing. Very, very nice. Another label, Bricktown Yards. Great little waterfall section back here, riding right along the old school batter's eye. Nice. Can you hit? We've done it again. And what makes this even weirder is that I meant to show the stadium like 3 or 4 videos ago. Second stadium today to hide the rest of that building to use the signs. Unbelievable how this turns out. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like one video we had a bunch of people putting boats on top of buildings. So weird. I think we also might have a couple dinosaur stadiums in this video coming up too. Or maybe they're just in the queue. I didn't get to them. I'll have to see. Look at these bleachers on top of the buildings, Wrigley style. This is a custom one. Very nice. Yeah, outstanding. More custom bleachers on top of buildings. That's fun. Across the street. I don't think I flipped that light switch yet, so let's do that. And let's throw a stamp while we're at it. Nice work. Have we stamped every stadium so far? We just may have. Fly in here real quick. That could be a thumbnail. Now what is the... Oh no, it's not a custom. Okay. I thought it was custom pillars, but it's the bottoms of this guy. Okay. R74 BMC Poke. Nice work, sir. We have another stadium to check out from Great Scott 18660. This one is City Center Field in Middle, USA. Almost the max altitude at 5,000 feet, built in 2025. He says he really ended up liking this build. Feels like it's one of his more complete builds of 25. Now, I think I goofed up. I think I read this and put it in the description of Bless This Mess completed. But he said he included the initials for JM, Jackie Murphy, and the number 75 for the legend Murph 075 in the retired numbers behind home plate. Just a one-time thing to show support for our stadium creator friend. Excellent. Beautiful, Scott. I love it. He says he likes all the different layers in the stands, and he likes how everything outside the stadium turned out as well. Has another one in the works that he might like even more. As always, thank you, and keep up the good work. Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Well, let's take a look. Right field. I see what you're talking about with all the layers. Gorgeous. Keeping that same color pattern, the same, the gray, dark, Oh, so good. I like how the upper deck kind of leaks over the luxury suites here. Fantastic. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 levels that you're going to be hitting home runs into. You're going to be talking about hitting it maybe off the player alliance sign or on top of the roof. Excellent. Then you got a cool little row of luxury seating behind the batter's eye. So good, dude. Oh, I'm looking at it over here. He's going to have the neon lighting up things at night. So good. Yeah, just kind of the way things are coming in. It like this feels like it's coming in from over here, but this feels like it's coming from over here, and then it's all so good. This has a very sluggish moth feel to me. I feel like I've said that about you recently. Under here too, hiding underneath. That looks great. There's the retired numbers. JM75, beautiful tribute. And then you got 13, 21, 42, 44. I love it, Scott. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I always like this building because of that funky little rectangle that sticks out, those 3 stories right here. And he's made this fun little plaza with the big sign and snack shack. So good. See, these are my kind of builds, man. It looks like a real park with all the fun layers. Very unique, very creative. You know that one's getting a stamp. The stadium is lit up beautifully. I love that kind of dead space behind home plate. You can sneak a great shot here. This might be our thumbnail. I feel like Scotty and Texas Ags are leading the league in thumbnails. Yeah, he said he liked how everything turned out around the stadium as well. I would have to agree. It all looks great. Nice little Hall of Fame plaque in the middle. Oh, that's a cool idea, using the monster of a futuristic prop to make almost like a home plate. Or a diamond. Ugh, so good, Scotty. Scotty, you piss me off, too. You guys gotta make me so mad. There's too many. We talked about the top 3. I don't think it's possible. Every stadium Scotty throws out is fantastic. Unique, creative. He's a GOAT. Definitely one of them. And again, everybody has kind of their own style still. I'm disgusted. Okay, I had to pull another audible here. This is Panther Park from A. Sanders 91. The reason I'm doing this stadium is I had Lone Star Park up first in the queue for you, but I couldn't find it in the vault. So if you have that one and want it showcased, I need you to upload that one, Mr. Sanders at 91. Luckily, you had 2 other stadiums I could turn to, so this was the one that was next. It says in the notes, the stadium was originally made by MD Baseball 05 and called it Hyatt Park. He got it from the vault to play for one of his TBL teams. Says he remodeled nearly the entire outfield because a lot of it was off-centered, and it was messing with his OCD. Fixed and updated the areas behind both dugouts and tried to give the area behind left field that live feel with how Rangers and Braves parks have. This park is really fun. Home Run Derby Stadium. Let's dive in. Right field, you got 3 levels. The top being all bleachers. Looks great. Using just the other side of the steakhouse building. I like it to close off the stadium with a bunch of signs. And has a little entrance to that building. Or no, that's just a kiosk. Here's the entrance to the building. That's customized. Oh, look at that. Isn't this like a bus stop? Yep, bus stop. Excellent. This is such a cool wall to be able to use. I use it a lot in the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino. I have renovations that I made. I might have to show that stadium again soon. I started on it, and then I realized it was like 5 in the morning, and had to bail. So once I finish that, I'll give you another peek at that. But nice big entrance over here. You got the smokehouse back here with the lower level of seating closer to the home run fence. Very fun. Nice big scoreboard. Panther Park labeled. Yep, there's that live feel. Yep, with the big concourse or the open plaza area. Beautiful. Nice work, Ace Sanders, 91. Oh, this looks amazing. You'll have to let me know, is this you or is this something that you worked on? Talk about OCD. There you go, buddy. Oh, this is great, too. Multiple layers. Yeah, you said you did behind the dugout. Or, yeah, behind the dugout. So that looks fantastic. Hiding most of the seats there. So, beautiful. And again, guys, this is perfectly fine to do. Download someone else's stadium. Tinker with it. Give that person credit, which he did. MD Baseball 05. Hey, that's Gopper Gaming, isn't it? Yeah, this gives me a Gopper Gaming field. Okay, yeah, Gopper Gaming. Gopper Gaming. Someone downloaded and tinkered with your stadium. A very creative builder on his own. A. Sanders, we've seen some fantastic stadiums from you. And again, get Lone Star uploaded, and I will show that one ASAP. I also have a Texas one, like the ballpark in Texas or something like that you called it. I'll show that one in the next video, or if you get Lone Star up and running. Let's throw a stamp. Excellent. Yeah, Gopper Gaming and A. Sanders 91 putting together a gorgeous piece of work. Redemption Field is in St. Denis, USA. Altitude is 7 feet. Built in 1923. Old school stadium. Our good buddy Rico Ramos, or Rico 1379, submitted the stadium. Turns out this is another theme stadium from Rico. He says this is a Red Dead Redemption theme build set in St. Denis. I played Red Dead Redemption. Everyone's like, oh, the story. Blah. If I want a story, I'll watch a movie. I want fun gameplay. And you have to camp and hike and hunt and do all this shit and buy clothes. And I do that in real life. I want to escape in my video games. And then as far as the action and fighting, it's a slow motion Grand Theft Auto. The graphics are great, scenery. I mean, the story. I don't play my video games straight through enough, so I forget a lot of the main, plots and stuff like that. So that's part of my problem, as I just don't play a game like all the way through like a lot of people do. But anyway, features several buildings, landmarks that can be found in the game. Since it's Rockstar's game, I also added GTA billboards for Ron Oil and Sprunk Drink. Now, when GTA 6 comes out, you bet your ass I'm streaming that. We're going to do Nonsense Matters Plus, which is going to be playing video games while we do our podcast. We thought that might kind of liven things up a little bit. I think a couple other people do it. It's kind of a fun idea. That might bring Jaden back into the mix. And Sewell has helped me fix a lot of this stuff. That's another thing, by the way. He bought himself a brand new Steam Deck and was kind enough to give me his old one and set it up for me when he was over here. So, again, thank you for all that, Sewell. I got to play with it a little bit more, but I can't wait to see its advantages. But, yeah, Nonsense Matters. We're going to do video games and Ricky Davis League games and all kinds of fun stuff once we get that going. Definitely has an old-time feel with, again, a lower old-school roof. I love it. And he spun it around to have the pillars closer, and I like that look a lot. But yeah, all the buildings are smaller, lower. You got the theater building and all the other buildings that light up and definitely look old school. CD Corsi Taylor. Okay, it's open 24/7. The theater, I never realized the theater had this balcony. Okay, but people are out there. They can peek through and see the game. 360 down the line. Ooh, that's a poke. Nice little triangle concourse out here. Excellent, dude. Rico. This might be my favorite of yours so far. Like the train station or the train tracks going through to the train station. St. Denis. No, St. Denis. Okay, I'm guessing it's St. Denis. And then here was a typo. Scoreboard on top of the roof. Buddy M's is also Jambalaya Gumbo Po' Boy. Po' Boy. Definitely old school feel behind with the old school roof and the pillars in front. Or the beams. I guess they're more big beams, right? Pillars are like rounded, aren't they? But yeah, all good. Once again, we have a video that is turning out to be one of the better ones here in Studio 44. Thanks to fine creations like this one that earns stamps. Fun theme. The city looks very, very Red Dead Redemption. I remember getting into the city for the first time and liking the look of that. So there is that. But yeah, Red Dead was just... Grand Theft Auto in slow motion in my book. Beautiful Rico. Maybe my favorite of yours. That triangle concourse out there with the entrance to the street, the CD, Corsi, all that stuff out there, the city. It's fantastic. Great, 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 great work. All right, here's one of those dinosaur-themed stadiums I was talking about earlier. This is Dino World in Old Key West, Florida. Max altitude, built in 2025. Comes to us from someone new to Studio 44, ZZZ Boy. I think he showed up in one of the premieres, and I felt bad that I didn't have a stadium ready for him, because I do have a couple in the queue, and here it is. Wow, okay, a lot of stuff going on. The Dino World sign, a bunch of dinosaurs out here in the pond, and... in the grass. Are these one of the new guys? Is that a real dinosaur, or does it just have an egg on his head? Bronto burgers, okay. Packed up here. Everybody surrounding the picnic area. Contemporary upper deck in the back. There's the T-Rex cage. He said make sure you check this out. Oh, look at this guy sticking his head right through. He wants to get a good shot at the stadium. Wants to see what's going on in the game. T-Rex. Fun. I like the little bridge connection there from right to left field. We have a big pool in left, and with that pool comes canoes. We have canoes. Now, could you get a home run into those canoes? Probably into there, but probably not up here, though. How deep is it? Let's take a peek. 320. Yeah, you'll definitely get some in here. Maybe off the scoreboard in the rocks. Pretty standard around and behind. Dino World. He has hundreds of pages of stuff uploaded. I don't know if he created them all, but there's some cool stuff in there. So I'm very much looking forward to the other stadiums he has in the queue here. Flip that light switch. Fun. These dinosaur builds can be fun. Like, I personally, I never got it, and then when I made that stadium, it was, I think, the first one I ever did for the guy, Ryan. I had more fun with it than I thought I would, so, yeah. Nice creative build here from ZZZ Boy. And like I said, we'll be looking forward to more from you soon. We are going back to Chicago, where we have another sports complex. Altitude is 579 feet, built in 1989, comes to us from... Slick 102544 was proposed in the late 80s as the new home for the Chicago White Sox, Cubs, and Bears. Obviously, this project fell dead, and the White Sox built new Comiskey. Cubs, obviously, still in Wrigley, and will never be replaced. At least not before I get there. I found some original renderings, and while not exact, feel the key details were captured, such as retractable dome, arched facade, and the large support columns. The stadium is enormous, and you can feel this when playing games in it. Added a nice touch at the entry arches with some stadiums, the pinwheel, with some statues, the pinwheel in the concert courtyard, heading past the huge fountain and concourse, looking over the field of play. Hope you like it. Thanks, Phil. This new shirt fits awesome, and I have already had more than a few ask about it. Really? Oh, that's great. Thanks, man. And your donation too. That's just too kind of you, Slick. Big help to the channel. But wow, this is cool. Very clean, very unique. alignment with the field level seating tucking in. Yep, there's the retractable roof using the towers and the construction pieces. Okay. Yeah, there's one time, like I know in All-Star Baseball, we're going to get into those when Nonsense Matters, and maybe the Ricky Davis League channel. I have All-Star Baseball 2003 sitting here that I can play on my Wii. They had futuristic versions of Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park as stadiums that you could play in as opposed to the real ones. And I'm excited to get in there and look at their fictional stadiums and see how they compared to some of your guys and some of mine. Hey, I got a few in there, right? But yeah, you might be able to hit balls up here. As I babble on, 326, maybe not. It's pretty much up to the top layer. Over here, you might get up here, maybe. I like the counter-style seating or standing room-only style up here above the batter's eye. Big, huge wall. Now, he said something about the entry, right? I see the pinwheels. There's the arches he was talking about. He used the football. Oh, okay. Holy crap. Yeah, this is huge. Sorry, I'm peeking at the Yankees game. They're only up by 1 run in the bottom of the 7th here, 2 outs. Yeah, a lot going on in all this stuff. He's got the football stadium kind of blended in. Very nice. Slick 1025 44. Good idea. I never heard of this complex. But yeah, going back to All-Star Baseball, I know Boston, they were talking about maybe replacing Fenway and moving the wall over, and I think they used renderings to come up with that concept. Maybe I'll have to pop that game in real quick and see if I can find it. Upload some pictures that I see, because I'm not going to unhook and rehook and rehook and all kinds of hooking. But, yeah, I dig it. It's very clean. I've never seen the renderings. Maybe I can find some and compare, throw them up on the screen here. There's the outside of the stadium behind center field. Yeah, very cool. That could be a thumbnail in there someplace. Very fun. There's my Sewell camera work. He said he was surprised to see the game on such a big TV because I mean this is only 55, but he's used to using his gaming monitors, I guess, when he records. Slick, thanks for sending it in, man. Appreciate it. Good work. Oh, wait, did I do this yet? Stand-up comic Sam is going to lead off the final third of this video with Only Sam's Park in Anywhere, USA. 1,111 feet is your altitude. It will be ready for us in the year 2030. Says in the notes he tried to create a fully immersive small stadium with walkable concourse, underground, etc. It's a fictional place. Just love baseball and tried to throw in a bunch of things that he thinks would make a rad stadium. I like rad. Hope you enjoy. I forget which creator it was, but he was originally going to call it Riverwalk. But then he said he liked their creation so much and didn't want to potentially draw away from their rad stadium. I use Dig. Dig's kind of an old school. I dig it. Daddy-o. He's using rad 80s, 90s, right? Early 90s. I try to use online playable standard template walls. That way, if anyone likes to shell in my stadium, they could potentially do whatever they want. I like it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, online use is gone anyway, right? But people are still uploading that stupid fucking Lagasa or butt frickin' heads stadium. Oh, look at all this back here. River comes in and surrounds the stadium or the lake. A couple bridges out there. Across the river, we have a concourse, and docked right up next to this little restaurant. Canoe! We have a canoe. This is fantastic. Stand-up comics. I still got to watch your comedy, man. As a Z-list stand-up comic myself, former Z-list comic. Someday I'm going to get that up there. I recorded a DVD in Buffalo, and I love that little place, man, because something about the inside of the walls, they were like tin or something, and there was only like 200 people in there max, but it felt like you were playing to like 3,000 people when you got a good laugh. And I actually met Jim Kelly in there. I don't know if I told that story on the air yet. I remember telling Sewell. Were we on air when I told that? Or were we streaming? I keep saying on air. We weren't on air. We were streaming. Look at this. This thing is fantastic, Sam. But it was during that Bills drought when they were sucking so horribly. And apparently he went to that comedy club a lot. And I had a pretty good set. And I was making jabs at the Bills because they had a rough streak. And everyone was like, And I get done with my set, and some dude stands up, shakes my hand, and says, good job. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And I walk right by him because that happens a lot when you do a set. And then the headliner grabs me and says, Phil, do you know, I was featuring, I was the middle guy. She grabs me and says, do you know who just stood up and shook your hand? I'm like, no. She goes, that was Jim Kelly. I'm like, what? And I turn around and look, sure enough, there's his bald spot. And then after the show, after the headliner was done, he stopped by to buy a bracelet of hers because she was selling these bracelets for cancer survivors. She herself was a cancer survivor. And she tells this funny joke. She's like, I can't remember how she worded it, but she's like, the best thing about thinking you're going to die is maxing out your credit cards and not giving a shit. So funny. I think she has since passed away, but such a nice lady. So funny. I can't remember her name either. Damn it. But wow, look at all this stuff going on out here. But yeah, Jim Kelly shook my hand. He bought a $10 thing for like $300 from her or something like that. And he shook my hand again and said, hey, you did a good job, man. It's nice to meet you. And I said, dude, it's an honor to meet you. Jim Kelly, man. For the Bills. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls. Lost 4 in a row in the early 90s. One of them to my then team, Redskins. I don't know if that's the right my team should be. When I was a kid, I liked them just because I liked their color scheme. But now I've jumped on the Josh Allen bandwagon, and I'm in until they win one. But I'm sorry, Sam. I'm totally distracted from this beautiful stadium of yours. Fantastic. Every stadium we've shown of yours so far has been great. This is what, 3, 4 from you? Doing my Sewell wraparound. Since I'm not talking about things, just show it a little bit longer than I have been. I like the random roofs. A couple places where people can seek cover when the elements kick in. The scenic view back there, that's fantastic. That funky little deck, great. It's all fantastic. And it is, of course, all stampable. Beautiful work, Sam. Thanks again. I will check out your comedy, I swear. Only Sam Comedy right here on YouTube if anyone else wants to take a peek. Cuyahoga Park in Northeast Ohio is up next. The stadium has an altitude of 653 feet, built in 2025, and it comes to us from Jay Tangi. Says this one is one of his first parks that he ever built. Just recently did some remix work on it. It's along the Cuyahoga River next to the local high school and their athletic facilities. Ads are all nods to sponsors of the Cleveland Guardians. That's a surprising fun place to watch a game. 2022, I was very impressed with how nice and comfortable and scenic it was. And it was my second time there. I went way back in 2004 and then again in 22. We saw the doubleheader and then one more game the next day. Very fun stadium. Look at this. This is great. Cuyahoga Park. This corner is fantastic with the playground and standing rooms area. Team store concessions. There's all the signs. Grandpa's Cheese Barn. Okay. WTAM. I'm guessing that's a radio station. That's kind of cool. It's got the radio tower in the background of that. And in the river, we have canoes. We have canoes. Oh, man. The Yankees are blowing a lead. I don't like it. Out in left field, you got the River Club and a corner bleacher section. There's a gymnasium with signs on top of that. Fan stairs, bushes in front of this field level seating, and a nice cool little area right along the base paths. Same on the other side. Very nice work, Jay Tangi. All the trees put in the right spots. There's the high school facilities. That's like Dan Aykroyd's favorite word. Have you ever noticed that in all of his movies? He says facilities. Very facilities. Gorgeous. Northeast Ohio. All the canoes, the little island out there, the docks, and the boats, and the city in the background. Got some seating surrounding the football field, or on either side of the football field, I guess I should say. Let's see how yeah, he's got the road going right along the river, even added some road signage. Fun. Let's stamp it up while we wait for the lights. Beautiful, sir. Jay Tangi. Oh, faced it off nicely, too. That little building around the base. Sneak inside, turn that light on real quick. And then move on to the next stadium. Thank you, Jay Tangi. All right, we were able to reach out to Rock Cargo, 863236. He has Bell's Field for us in Detroit, has an altitude of 100 feet, built in 2025. He says this is one of his first stadiums, if not his first. Let's see if I can find the notes real quick. He says he ran out of space. I'm at 100% prop usage, and I still need to find some room for final finishes. Would be great to hear any suggestions on areas I could delete to regain some prop capacity. Thank you for what you do, Phil. I'm really happy to find this community. Hey, we're happy to have all the new blood. Well, let's take a look at what we got here. Wow. Wow. This is fun. Holy crap. Look at all this up here. It's crazy. Very futuristic. Lots of levels. Yeah, you could be finding some different areas to hit home runs in here. I like the steps. A lot of hidden areas in here where there's some concourse pieces. Wow, this is tough. Where do you find stuff? I mean, I don't know. Are the futuristic seats expensive in terms of memory? Maybe, I mean, because you can't really see some of these higher levels. Maybe tone down on those. That could help give you some memory. Holy crap, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Well, I mean, while it's fun and it looks cool to have that much seating, you're at $50K, it can be expensive. So maybe that's one thing you can do to give yourself a little bit more room. This is another thing, the background. Depending on how much you can see of your background, maybe you want to save a little space here. Like if you go into properties, and go into scenery, coastal, see you're 100%. Sometimes if you find the right one, and this one's not helping you out. But like a lot of times if you go to none, you'll gain a little bit of your memory back. And I know the coastal one can be pretty expensive. So, yeah, if you find the right background, that can help you sometimes. I think your main issue here is just so much futuristic seating, and it's so cool. I'll give you that. But, I mean, how much of it can you see in a game? Or, I mean, if you're not creating for a game, you know, if you're playing just to showcase it, then I could see where you would want it. But that's just a thing I can see maybe to save you some memory. And things like this, I don't know if you have them there because you forgot them and left them there, or if you're just trying to fill in the dead space, because it is a pretty big, wide staircase that looks pretty blank. So I could see why you'd want to do that. This guy's hidden. Maybe you can do without him or move him someplace. Those are just ideas that are jumping out to me. These plants can be expensive. I don't know how many of these you have. I found deleting a bunch of them really gave me extra room. And you got people in here. You know, yeah, some of the hidden stuff maybe you could do without. But I love this little area of standing room only fans right here in front of the field level. Then the restaurant under here is hidden and fun. These guys back here, yeah, see, these guys, I don't know how much you see of them. Those are just my tips from what I'm seeing. Yeah, very fun, creative idea. I love, it's very fun to see all the stands all over the place. And, of course, we can't forget, we have canoes in the fountains in center field. A bunch of people hanging out in the pool up here. Very fun. Said it's in Detroit, so the Tiger makes sense. The clubhouse, the tree house, is there with some people on that too. Yeah, those are my tips, bro, as far as saving memory. But yeah, keep getting creative with the different layers. You know, maybe this guy, like, I don't know if you'll ever see this guy in a game. I found that in one of my earlier versions of the ballpark at the Moonshot Casino. I had a UFO on top of the roof, and it was beaming down. And while it looked cool, I just never saw it in a game, so I did without it in future versions just to save memory. So it all depends what you want to use your stadium for. If you're showcasing them like this, you know, I can see why I'd want, you know, the fun higher levels. But if you're playing games in them, you know, maybe you could do without some of these higher guys. So, yeah. Rock Cargo. 86, 32, 36. I'm glad you saw the call out so you could get your stadium in here and showcase right here in Studio 44. Definitely send your new ones my way, and I will be happy to show them as always. Heading across the Pacific to find Hawaiian Tropic Field. Honolulu, Hawaii, max altitude built in 2026, comes to us from that wicked, evil, vile PFK Nil. His notes state, nothing special here, just a new DD grinding park for his rebranded team, the Honolulu Islanders. Thanks to Carmen's dad for the awesome logo. Might have to try to remember to put that up. Work has been keeping me busy, so this was a build that took weeks, doing very little at a time. Many different features going on. Left field bleacher idea stolen from another builder. Put some beach houses across the bay. Stack stands on top of each other to give the stand some different angles. Closed in the back of the stands. Added walkway seating areas along the baseline stands of old school manual board in right field. Oh, and no canoes. This is all in caps, by the way. No canoes. It is possible for no canoes to appear whenever there is water. You're lucky your stadiums are so good. I'd ban your ass from Studio 44. Why are you so vicious to my canoes? Oh, this is cool looking under here. All this closed in. Oh, there's train tracks on top. Fun. It's funny, I just saw Giancarlo Stanton blast a ball onto the train tracks in, what is it? I don't even know what the name of the frickin' stadium is anymore. It used to be Minute Maid and on Enron. The dome there. And, oh, this is cool. You never see this angle. Oh. He's got the team store in the window. Fantastic. And then another one down here. And another one and another. Wow, that's a freaking 3-4 story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 story team store. I love it. Oh, that's cool. I like the rounded stairs. He had to customize that. That's a lot of work. And then put it right next to the regular stairs. That looks great. Nope. He's Summer Sumo, right? This is the bleacher idea he was talking about that he borrowed from another user. Yep, stolen from another builder. See, no shame in taking other people's ideas, making it kind of your own, putting it in your own spots. Smaller build with only one level of seating. Again, lower old school roofs, not necessarily targets, but very fun. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the canoeless natural water in Honolulu. You son of a... Very nice. 22K fit in this place. Yeah, I like that building that jolts back. That's all fun. Made a nice little plaza area in there. I should be kicking you out of Studio 44. Instead, I'm giving you stamps. Nice job, PFK Nil. You play the role of the villain very, very well. Okay, guys, I was going to show another dinosaur stadium, as I mentioned earlier, but I'm having trouble finding Shadow Donkey's stadium. It's actually Shadow Donkey 22 is the way he put it in the queue. And if you do a search for that online ID, you'll see that nothing comes up. I tried to search under Jurassic Park, but 120 pages of Jurassic Park, so I just can't take the time to look through all the Jurassic Parks. So, Shadow Donkey 22, if you want your stadium shown, you got to give me another gamer tag you might show up under, or rename the stadium something more unique so I can find it. But for now, I got to move on, man. I'm very sorry. So keep this in mind, folks, when you want your stadium shown on Studio 44. Another thing that could have helped you, Shadow Donkey, is leave me a way to get in touch with you. Because if I could email you or IM you on Discord or something like that, you know, you could say, oh, hey, here it is, and then I could go back and record it and throw it in real quick, but now I got to wait for another video. So that's why I ask for that, guys, if there's a way to get in touch with you. I want to show your stadium sooner, because I know how it feels to submit a stadium and be like, oh, come on, it's not in this one now, I got to wait, blah, blah, blah. I get that. So you got to help me help you, though. So there it is. Sorry, Shadow Donkey. It's going to have to wait maybe a video or two. Okay, we turn to D Nipper for our next stadium. This is Expo Park version 2. It's in Montreal, Quebec. Altitude of 1,500 feet, built in 2025. Says the stadium was built for his Expos franchise. He's been tweaking it as he plays through his season. Tried for a different look for the roof and tried to make more industrial look with the build using the slingshot ride as metal support beams. All right. The left field concourse has a multi-level for different viewing areas other than facing off the stadium. I didn't build anything outside of the park due to memory and using mainly for franchise. So here we go. Right field already. This looks outstanding. Great way to highlight the sign there using the Hit It Here Cafe sign flipped around. And that's great too. D Nipper killing it. Yep, there's the slingshot for the beams. I think we've seen that before, right? Murph used it for Park. I've seen other people do it for the renderings of the Gaslight Stadium or the gas whatever gas plant, I think it is, stadium in Tampa. There is the clubhouse section. I like using the end cap. A lot of things going on in this concourse, Expo Park. Yeah, everything. You can tell you've been tinkering with it because everything's so clean. A lot of times that's a great way to clean it up as you go through. You find things here and there, and you go back up, you tighten it up, and then, yeah, get it to looking how you want it when you're playing the game. Home of the Montreal Expos. Fantastic. Outstanding. Big, beautiful concourse in center field. Different levels over here with the plaza level luxury, and then you could be hitting the ball up on top. I don't think you're getting any in there. 320. Yeah, definitely on top, but not up there, I don't think. Maybe in a home run derby. Very nice roof using the escalator or beams, whatever, you know, to make a retractable roof. Using the escalator and the shipping containers. Great, great look. Multi-level little section out here with that little train section, or the train station, train stop. What is it called? Elevated railway station. There you go. Very nice. D Nipper stepping in to fill an empty spot in the video. Again, Donkey Shadow 22. Hit me up, man, and we'll get that stadium shown for you. And again, I can't blame you for Jurassic Park. You know, it's not your fault there's 300 pages of Jurassic Park. but I just couldn't take the time to look for it. And you're just named like Schmitty. You can't look Schmitty VG up and find his stadiums. He's got another name where you can do that. So if you can think of one, let me know, or rename the stadium something that's easier to find it, and I'll get it in for you. But D-Nipper, appreciate you sending the stadium our way. We'll throw a stamp at it. I mean, this out here alone is worthy, if you ask me. Right field is excellent in this park. Great job, sir. Another person, by the way, who has hit me up on Facebook before. So if you follow me on Facebook, I could contact you there, and maybe I can get your stadium in sooner, or Sewell's Discord. So let me know. Our second to last stadium of the video comes to us from someone new to Studio 44. This is Hawk James Stadium in Jamestown, New Mexico. Has an altitude of 2,000 feet, built in 2025. Comes to us from TFL Hand 13, which stands for Tuffelhund, which is German for devil dog. USMC. I don't know German, but I do know that the German word for constipation is far from pooping. I think I've told that joke here before, but I love it. Because you get to, like, you got to, like, yell and be loud and, like, spit and... Far from pooping. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's check things out. Oh, let's see if he has any notes first. He made a stadium for a Twitch streamer, and from there... just grown with each stadium. Created this one for someone that lives in New Mexico. It's supposed to have a AAA feel. This is his first stadium, so PFK Nil can cringe about the left field access to the park. I'm guessing there's canoes involved in there. Custom pool at hotel guests for coming in the game. Created custom seating press box behind home plate. Had an amazing idea for more of the tricolor throughout the stadium, but every time I saved it, pieces would go missing. I feel your pain there, buddy. I know you hate the orange light towers. It's not like I don't. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I know they light. I don't hate them. I just think they're not the most attractive light towers in the game. They almost look like they belong like in construction sites that, you know, when they're doing road work at night, or like, you know, at a construction site and they're working at night and they just put like these temporary. But anyway, Sharky, a nickname I received in the military and part of my Twitch name. In water is kind of my tag for stadiums I create. I do have several others to submit, but figured this would be the best to feature first. Most of my stadiums are specifically for who asked them, but of course available in the vault for anyone. I do plan on making some that will have Studio 44 and SC nods in them. Thanks, man. Thanks, Phil, for all that you do in presenting creator ideas. I have definitely been inspired for a few of my ideas going through. Listen, like I said, you guys are submitting all the amazing stadiums. I just edit them together and tell bad German jokes while presenting every once in a while. He says targets are planners, concourse, and concessions are reachable. Many home runs have reached the left field water feature. So, all right, let's get back in here. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Talking about the tricolor thing, right? Oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot. All right, there's a scoreboard walk right by the right field home run fence. Nice little planter. It'd be fun to hit home runs in there and then over. Wow, 375. That's deep. Using the futuristic end caps to get you up here. That looks really cool. I like the guys sticking up there, the little poles. Team store, wrapping around, futuristic seating, except for the middle where you have plaza level. Oh, okay, some funky behind the plate, which I think you did mention in the notes. Very nice indeed. Pretty cool around and behind. Left field. Oh, look at all that. There's the canoes. We have canoes just for you, PFK Nil. Look at them all. Take them all in. Look at them and just bask in them. It's like Superman, you know, standing in front of the yellow sun, absorbing them all in. Absorb the canoes, PFK Nil. This is a good retort to your statement earlier in your notes. Look at all this. This is really cool. There's Sharky. All right, and the fountain back here, and Oh, the bridge going in to the mountain. Now, what do you got? A sign? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you're using mine and Sewell's channels as a vessel for creativity, finding other people's stadiums. But, I mean, like I've said a million times, one of the main reasons to do this was just to make finding those stadiums easier. I'm not going to lie. I wanted a way to showcase my own stadiums a little bit more freely. And again, I've decided to dive in here. I never thought it would be at the level it is right now, where I get, inside canoe jokes and modem jokes with the building outside, stuff like that. Canoe gate, outstanding. Yeah, I like that big concourse, the tricolor thing, like you said. The falcon, right? That's what we decided it was. Yep, falcon. It's kind of a random bird to pick, but oh well. Oh, I like this too, surrounding the batter's eye with the stacked stone like that. That's great. That looks really cool. Yeah, that stacked stone's a good prop. I don't use it enough. He's got all the distances labeled. And while that light is flipping over, we'll flip him. How do you flip? Like a coin flip? We'll flip him a stamp. Bung. There you go, sir. Got the train tracks winding around. Big hotel in the background. Bunch of little stuff going on in the distance. Wow, does it look really dark to you too? Why does it look so dark? Is something blocking the sun? Maybe a little hazy, it seems like. That's really weird. Are you guys noticing that? I don't know. But this water feature's fantastic. The 3-color thing, outstanding. Hawk James Stadium. Nice work, sir. Excellent first showing here in Studio 44. Can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Welcome to the community. Glad to have you. Loving all the new blood this year. Well, if you're going to stick around for an hour and a half or however long this freaking video turns out to be, got to make sure we close it with a bang. Who better to turn than to Mr. Murph075, who has Brickyard Indianapolis for us. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana. Almost to max altitude. It was built in 2027. He says this is a redo of a park he made last year for the Indy. He changed the entire outfield, brought the stadium in, left a lot closer, and got rid of the gimmicky racing stuff I did last year. Eesh, I apologize, Murph. I don't remember it, but this all looks fantastic already. Yes, I like having the second deck nice and close because, again, now you can hit that upper deck, and it's more of a target. The deck itself becomes a target. 330, I still think you're hitting that second deck, so that's fantastic. Using the smokestack building for pillars, outstanding. In center field, more brick, the San Diego studio sign. On top of that, restaurant seating, standing room only, fountains, tables, concessions, scoreboard, kiosks. Is this a kiosk? What would you call this? Seems big for it to be a kiosk. Covered food and drinks. Okay, works for me. Look at this building. Lucas Oil State. Is that where the Colts play? Outstanding. I know Andy Dwyer kicked a field goal in there. And maybe even threw a touchdown pass. Ah, this second level, this little walkway here. How do you... Murph, I hate you too. Fantastic, man. And then around and behind, dials it up with those pillars again, giving it that bricky, old-school look. We do our best Stadium Center impression with the slow wraparound. It all looks good. You already have your stamp. Turning on them lights to take a peek at the stadium at night, as we always have to do. Beautiful city in the background. Never been to Indiana myself. Some of my favorite things involved with Indiana, though. Michael Jackson's from Indiana. Don Mattingly is from Indiana. David Letterman. Fantastic. Murph, you're one of them goats I'm always talking about. I don't think we'll find many people who disagree with me either. So, that's it, folks. Another stadium extravaganza video in the books. If you want a stadium in the next extravaganza video, here's what you have to do. Follow the link. It's in the description of this video, and it's in the description of my channel. It's in the description of most videos since 2024. I'm getting hit up from people on comments. I'm getting hit up from people on Facebook leaving posts. I'm getting instant messages for requests to show stadiums. Guys, it's too much to go through to pull stadiums from all these places and fit them in the queue, and I don't have the time to put them in the queue myself. So please, if you want a stadium here in Studio 44, fill out the form. It's not an ego thing. I'm telling you, it's not me going, oh, you didn't put it in the form. Listen, this is how I do things in Studio 44. If you want your stadium shown, you're going to do it my way through the form. It has nothing to do with anything like that. It's no ego trip. It just helps keep me organized. It helps me, get the notes and gather all that stuff to present the stadium in a fun way for you. So please fill out that form if you want a stadium shown. I'm happy to chat with you. But if you're chatting with me and you say, hey, you should check out the stadium, it's just not going to happen unless you send it in the form. And I try to tell people that when we're talking. And again, fill out the form, leave a way for me to contact you. I ask anybody who's put their email on here. I haven't bothered anybody. I haven't sent anybody any email or anything like that. Just find a way for me to get a hold of you. So if I can't find your stadium in the vault, I can say, hey, look, I couldn't find your stadium. You upload it real quick. Bam. I record it and it's in a video a lot faster. So please check that stuff out. Please check out Nonsense Matters and Nonsense Matters Plus coming soon. I know. I keep saying this, but it's happening. I promise. It's happening. Ricky Davis League's coming soon. I am well into creating my team, which takes the longest. Once I get my team out of the way, it tends to go a little bit faster. So Ricky Davis League stuff is coming, which means I'll be playing Ricky Davis League games in your stadiums. So if you have a Ricky Davis League team that you want to build a stadium for, I will definitely play in that stadium. Also, be on the lookout for the edited, condensed version of the Fool Sewell stream that we did last week. I'm going to chop out some of the stuff, put it all together in a nice little package, so those amazing stadiums will be seen more. Because as fun as that stream was and as amazing as those stadiums were, I think it's only got 100 views? Oh, wow, almost 400, 387. But still, hopefully if I condense that and present it a little bit better as a nice thumbnail in my videos, it'll get more hits and your guys' stadiums will be seen more. So that's all I have for you guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll have another Stadium Extravaganza video for you again very soon.